Alright, we got another 40k game for you today. This time we'll be playing the Scouring with Tyranids versus Necrons. Obviously in Hammer of Anvil deployment, our objectives are here. This is one of the threes. We have another one here, which is another of the threes. The one is right there in the doorway. Two in the run over there. Two in the floor building here. And then the 4 is back here. For the armies, walk you down them first. The Tyranid army is the same one you saw last time. Got 2 Carnifexes here and a 3rd Carnifex down there. They have adrenal glands, dual sidling talons, and spine banks. We have 4 groups of 20, well, 3 groups of 20 Hormagaunts and 1 group of 19 Hormagaunts. We have 2 Zoanthropes there. We have 2 Crones here with spine banks. We have a Turbogon, the Hive Tyrant as the HQ, and 2 Venom Thropes in the building. And then down there on the far corner we have the Herespect. For the Necrons, we have 10 Warriors in a Ghost Ark, an Annihilation Barge, 2 groups of 10 Scarab Bases, 3 Spiders with Fabricator Claw Arrays, a Catacomb Command Barge with the Whippy Lord, the one with the War Scythe and 2 up, 3 up, all the good stuff. We have 10 more Warriors in a Ghost Ark and another Annihilation Barge. And then in reserve, we got 2 15-man squads in Night Size. So those are armies. There's no night fight on turn 1. And the Necrons have won the roll for first turn, and the Tyranids do not want to seize the initiative. So Necrons will take turn 1, and we will be back after their turn. Alright, we are back at the bottom of Necron turn 1. Necrons did some shuffling, spawned some babies. These Scarabs ran down here, try to pick on my Carnifexes, and these ran up here to do the same on the other flank. Fire from that barge, put 2 holes in the Herespect, so he's down to 3 wounds. Lost 5 gaunts from that squad, lost my lead Zoe to some fire from the Ghost Ark. Lost 1 gaunt here, he put 4 wounds on him, but the shrouding from the Venom Throat saved 3 of the 4 wounds. And this Carney lost 1 wound. So that was the extent of the damage from the Necron turn. And we will be back after the Tyranids respond to let you see how turn 1 turned out. Tyranid turn 1 has just drawn to a close. Hormagaunts flew up here, filled their charge range. Some more ran up the center, ran those over there. Both Crones and the Zoanthrope and the Hive Tyrant have Catalyst right now. That's what I spent all my warp dice on. Made charges down there. We shot them up first. The Crones fired and instant killed most of the bases from each squad. Their cluster spines picked up 3 or 4 more bases each. So the few survivors got tangled up with Carnifexes down here, 2 Carnies, and a Carnifex and a Herespect down there. And as weird as it sounds, we hit this weird spot where nobody could pile in. We were more than 6 inches apart because the Hammer of Wrath of the Carnifexes killed so many other bases. They were so spread out that we just nothing could make combat. So that the way we read the rules, the combat's over at that point. So we got 1 Scarab base holding 2 Carnifexes up here, and 1 Scarab base holding up a Carnifex and a Herespect down there. If we got that wrong, somebody call it out in the comments. But the way we read it is it's checked at each initiative step. So that means if you have a brutal initiative step, you can bring a combat to a close really quickly if we're reading that right. So let us know if we did that wrong in the comments. That's about all the damage I did to him. I focused everything down on just getting rid of those Scarabs. So that's where we're at right now. We will be back after Necron turn 2. Necron turn 2 has just come to an end. Flyer flew on here. Put 1 wound in him, but we did not crash. Destructor down there. Tesla Destructor fired into him. Dealt him 3 wounds, but we saved 2 on Catalyst, so he's down 1 wound. Herespect and Carnifex finished their combat. Herespect ate another bug and got his other wound back. These Carnifexes finished this bug off and consolidated up here. That was about it. So we made a lot of saves that turn, including luckily crash tests, because this guy was looking to eat him a Tyranid. So we made our crash test, and we will continue the advance. So we'll be back after Tyranid turn 2. Alright, the Tyranids have continued their selling march into the Necron line. The Ghost, or the Catacomb Command Barge, got locked up by gaunts. We put 3 wounds on him. None of them got through, but he's cemented in place, and that's ultimately what we wanted. This Ghost Ark got charged by Mr. Carnifex. It exploded. He killed 4 of them with his flame attack, doing the D6 wounds since it's open top. He killed 4. 2 of them got back up. When he blew it up, more of them died. And because of the hits from his Hammer of Wrath causing a weapon destroyed result, they failed their leadership check and they are shaken for this turn. Or snap firing, rather. This Carnifex needed a 7 to get here, and even with his fleet reroll, he failed that. So that Annihilation Barge is free to do its thing for another turn. This Annihilation Barge is fine. We charged the spiders with the Hormagaunts, caused 3 wounds, but no armor, no damage was done. Harrispex took 2 wounds. But then he chopped 2 wounds in one of the spiders and got one of his back. So he's sitting at 4 wounds. So that's where we're at right now. Tyranids are pushing up the board and gaining some board control. But it's still early. Just finished up turn 3. So we'll have to see how things go in the next turn for the Necrons and see what they can pull together and knock some Tyranids out of their deployment zone. Alright, Necron 3 has just ended. The other Night Scythe came on. Put 2 wounds in the Turvagon. 3 or 4 more wounds done to him. Made all his saves. He killed 3 Gaunts and 2 of them died to the Mind Shackles. This thing flew over here and punched 1 more wound in my Crone. These guys backed away, but since they were snap firing, they weren't able to do anything. The combat over here continues. Gaunts did 3 more wounds, 3 more 3-up saves. Lost the Gaunt. Lost 2 wounds in the Harrispex, but dealt another wound back and gained another wound with the Harrispex. So that's the end of Necron 3. We will be back after Tyranid turn 3 and show you how it looks. Tyranid turn 3 has come to an end. The Necrons are going to go ahead and phase out, call it a game right there. Flames came in on these guys, killed all but 2 of them, and none of them from he flamed it and he flamed it. And none of them got back up. He had a pretty abysmal reanimation protocol roll. The 2 Carnifexes charged in and their Hammer of Wraths knocked it out and finished it off. 2 Warriors popped out. They're fine, but they said they're not sufficient numbers to handle this, so they're going to go ahead and phase out. Necron Overlord still locked up here. He beat a few more Gaunts down. Combat over here. 2 of the spiders went down as the Carnifex came in. 3rd one's still hanging strong, but he's outnumbered at this point. So, at that point, we're going to go ahead and call it. It was a good game. It was fun to play Tyranids against Necrons. This is the first time I've been able to with the new codex. So, we'll have army lists, after-action reports, and all that good stuff on the blog, which will be linked in the comments below. So,